what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. Should never count the cost or worry that we'll fall. It's better to have fought and lost than not have fought at all. Let's always take whatever comes and never try to hide. Face everything and anyone together side by side. To fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Glory to Ukraine. I'm just saying. I would like to say that. Sorry, we thought we needed to do that. Full-length version of The Flashing Blade. That's tonight's lyrics, by the way, boys and girls. If you can connect the theme tune to The Flashing Blade with something that happens in this show, like the show, then, yeah. So, first things we have to do is, hello, Thomas. Everyone, say hello to Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Thomas.
Right, you can bugger off now. Right, yes, so. Clucky Girl Assistant time. That one over there, I think that's Dr. Sinister. That one down there, which I can't hand my hand, that's Brian.
Hey.
And whatever that is, I think it's called Spanky. I think it's modern art. I'm not sure. It's a worry, quite frankly. Welcome to the Flesh and Blood podcast. Yeah.
To growth.
I just thought we should do that. I thought the lyrics to the song basically were perfect for it. So, mind you, that's why I chose.
They're doing great things in the Ukraine lately. They're still holding on, and they're fighting back. They're
counterattacking
territory.
Yeah, exactly. They forced Putin to completely change his plans. It's yeah, it's just Mariupol gets me. They've just taken the city off the maps.
Yeah.
Anyway, come on, we're here for a show.
Mm-hmm. Say something show related, quick.
Yes, okay, Dr. Sinister, how has your week been this week? Or last week? Take a pick.
Lovely, marvellous, fantastic week. Thank you very much.
What went wrong?
Won't last.
I was going to say, what happened? Why was it so good, or is this private?
I'll tell you after the show.
Does it involve Legos?
You see, you can't say Legos.
No, I'm sorry, it's wrong.
Number one,
Yeah.
it's a trademark.
Yeah.
And they insist that you call them Lego bricks. And secondly, when you put it in writing, you have to put it in capitals. Capital Lego. You can't say Legos.
Yeah. And he knows because he used to be a Lego ambassador.
I did. Used to
and
be
then
a Lego
they gave him his
Wow.
human form back.
Ah, okay. Did
Yes,
you have
I
the
got
hands
better.
like this? And
Yeah, I've constantly got a steering wheel in front of me, but I can never reach it.
Spanky, how's your week been?
It was a VA week.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, it was a VA week. I had to go to the VA. That was horrifying. So,
So less said
nothing
about
better
it, the
than to
better.
commit multiple homicides, but I restrained myself and, actually survived the.
Well, it's not
2.5
just that
hours
you survived,
wasted.
it's other people survived as well, which is useful.
Other people survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
You
always
didn't show
useful.
up in the news, so hey.
No, I was not in the news, and there was an incident that almost put me there, but yeah. So,
Okay, so that's two things we
Was
need
like
to
that?
find out after the show.
yeah.
I'm intrigued. What have my plucky girl assistants been up to? Brian!
Hi.
Come on. I've already heard what your week's been like, but tell everyone else.
I've had an amusing week. And a productive one. I've done a lot of modeling.
Yeah,
I'm
so how long have the paint fumes been getting to you for?
A long time. I think I've ingested at least 4 pots of paint because I'm a brush licker. So
It's because
No.
you've been having a Slurpee, have you? No, it's paint.
in order to get the tip on the brush, you tend to
Lick the brush, yeah.
lick the brush, and sometimes there's paint there, sometimes there isn't. I found that certain flavors have a bit more preferable flavor to it. Certain colors, I mean, this red here is a very nice smooth taste.
Does it have hints of mushroom and fir tree?
No. More of the earthen.
Oh, it's an earthy thing, is it?
Earthy tone.
Right.
Whereas this is a very harsh green.
It looks gamma irradiated. Let's be honest.
It's more of a toxic taste to it. It's much like bad milk. It's
No.
How do I put this? Basically, Brian in this situation is our very own Ralph Wiggum.
I'm in danger.
I reposted something. I think you liked it again. This is a case of this Ralph with a gun. I'm a militia.
Yes, that's perfect.
Ralph Wiggum is easily
They're
my
out of
favorite
force now.
character.
It's spring. It's spring, and the mating of the urban alpha males is in the Walmart parking lot where they rev their engine.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We've been having an awful lot of complaints in Crawley.
And
about it.
they're
I don't
fucking
get to hear it.
Dual
But
flags,
Very
America
good.
and a Trump
Nation.
flag,
Uh-huh.
because
Right, either.
you can't spell red without neck.
That's right.
excuse me.
There are Dairy Queens across the country flying their Trump flags and
Yep.
revving their engines. Great gouts of diesel smoke coming out of the side of their pickup truck that, while it has a lift kit on it, also has low-profile tires because they don't even know where a mud pit is, much less what to do with one in their $50,000 to $100,000 four-wheel drive full package truck that will never.
They have
see a
work
dirt
trucks
road in
that
its
have never
life.
seen a day of work.
Yeah, basically. They have
Okay, so they're penis
$100,000
extensions.
extra work put into them.
Yeah. Oh, definitely penis truck.
So,
Penis
So-
extensions, yeah.
segue, you're going to love this. From penis extensions to my week, because I've got a surgeon's appointment this week.
Yay!
That's kind of the opposite of penis
The
extension.
opposite of penis
I know,
extension.
but the link is there.
It's all penis
For those of you
there.
who may have been
Anyway.
watching and don't know, I'm trans. All right, I know I'm crap at it, but I don't care. So I've got an
think you're
appointment
bad,
with
maybe.
my surgeon after Christ knows how long. That's on Thursday, and I've lost the weight they told me to lose. The question is, will it be enough for them? So there's that. There was something else I was going to... Oh, there was... Oh, yeah, so next weekend we've got the Capital, the DWAS Capital, a convention in Crawley, which I will go and stick my head in, give a royal wave, and then vanish again. Because I can't afford to pay their prices. They're rather
Are
pricey.
there going to be any guests at this?
Oh, there's lots and lots of lots and lots of guests. But I never, no, let's be honest. I hardly ever go and see panels.
I was just going to say, if Jody's going to be there, you could tell her, look, baby, it's okay. I don't mind that you're married to someone else. We can make it work.
We can make it work, right?
You really
There you
are
go.
creepy. You know that, don't you?
Hey, I'm not asking her if this rag smells like chloroform. That would be bad for the baby.
Yep. Babies in chloroform don't make.
So as not to take the piss, as I'm not paying, I won't go into the convention. I'll just hang around outside in the coffee area and just chat to old friends. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's 5 minutes down the road for me. I've got to do something. I can't just... anything else has happened to me this week? Ah, yes.
Oh boy.
Now, Thomas might still be watching. I should
Hi,
stress
Thomas.
this is not Thomas Sear. This
Hi,
is
Thomas.
Thomas. Which leads us to the Fencegate Saga 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Do we need a montage for Fencegate?
I've got some photos.
We could do a montage.
Get some sort of Greek chorus going in the background.
Oh, no. We get the montage song from Team America going.
Yes, I love that song.
Okay, I've never
Play
seen
the
it.
montage song in the background.
Oh, you're missing a
Auntie,
movie
you are
right
missing
there.
I know it rips off Gene Roddenberry.
Oh.
What the fuck? Jerry Anderson. But
Oh, it's
It's more
You
than
wanna
that,
watch
you
this.
really- The puppet sex scene.
Um,
For no other reason than the puppet sex scene.
yeah, you see, Thunderbirds never did that.
Yeah.
which puppet sex scene?
That's-
There too.
That's a failure on theirs. But the full on was the best because they're laying there at the bed
Okay.
naked and all everything, and it's like, yeah. Rob, you ever had-
Okay. So
An
anyway,
interesting
Thomas
anatomy for puppets.
works for Guinness.
Oh,
He's our housing manager, our rather put-upon housing manager. He has too much to do and not enough time to do it, which seems to be the norm for the world nowadays for when it comes to people at work. Burn them out and replace them. But he's been going for quite some time now, so he came round and we discussed it all. It turns out the reason they haven't done anything about the trees, hello, ghost, is because the department of Guinness responsible is waiting for the end of the financial year, which is end of March. So there is hope afterwards that they're going to come and take down the trees. Now we've got a slight problem. I've told him he knows that 3 trees need to be taken down. I guarantee you they're only going to take 2. And then maybe I might get my platform built and I might actually be able to use my garden. Yes, love.
I'm gonna vote for one. I'm gonna put my money on one tree.
1 tree? Okay, Spanky. 1, 2, or 3 trees? Or none?
I'm gonna go none. Yeah, that was my
Okay.
initial. It was none. Yeah.
Yeah. Sinister.
Right.
Remembering
I'm
that-
going to say 3 trees, but done very badly.
Now, you see, my own view is it's going to be all 3 trees, but in someone else's garden. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. That'll be fun. I've no idea what you put in chat
back at
there,
home.
Sinister. It says ye. Ye. Ye, isn't that the name some idiot pop stars called themselves?
That would be Kanye West.
Ah, the man whose brain something happened to, and no one's ever quite worked out what. Yeah,
He wants you back.
it's a walking ego.
That's
Anyway,
pretty-
It's a big prolonged exposure to a Kardashian. That's the answer to what happened to Kanye.
drinking too much Canar.
I'm
Star
worried
Trek
that's going
reference.
to happen to Pete Davidson.
You to David Stone.
Yeah, it's insanity by by proximity.
The drummer of the Foo Fighters died this weekend.
Yes.
Yes, that's very sad.
Already on
Or-
Facebook,
What was his name?
we've got badly photoshopped pictures of him holding up supposedly a T-shirt with Foo Fighters 28th year anniversary. Scum. Absolute scum. They do it as soon as there's someone who's dead. There they are. Oh, it makes me sick. Really does. Well, that was a cheerful start to the show, wasn't it, everyone?
Uh-huh.
That's good. I liked that. News. Legend of the Sea Devils is going to be soon. Oh, apologies about two flan dinosaurs. It was my turn this week to not be feeling very well, and so we couldn't do it. I only just made tonight's show, actually. It's my body hates me. It's fair enough. It's in step with the rest of the world. Well, I say step. It's in slight wobble.
You need to get a new meat mecha to pilot around your brain matter in.
Mm-hmm.
A meat mecha?
Mecha.
Yeah.
What's that?
Meat mecha.
It's a mech made
Your
of
body's
meat.
just a machine, right? So get a new one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because you said mecha. I thought, oh, sounds like a brand. If you'd have said a mech, that would have been different. I know, stupid, but there we go. I could always get myself... Look, because, I mean, I started thinking about it. You've got room for a home entertainment centre, a kettle, everything else like that. I need to get myself a life-size mechanoid.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You got room in there to put your feet up. Like I say, telly, kettle. And they said they were too big and unwieldy for the studio.
Androids from that.
Android thing.
No, the movie with what's his name?
You're doing well here, Brian. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
Uh-huh.
Will Smith.
Our
The movie
mechanoids road legal.
Oh yeah.
Mechanoids are illegal.
They can park
Let me
just
ask
by
my
going
source
enter,
code,
enter,
right?
0, stop.
Novel. iRobot.
But that's it. We like mechanoids. We're very fond of mechanoids.
3 laws
Up,
approved.
up, down, down, left, right, left,
Do you
right.
hear me, Thomasia? Just saying. Right. So, I had thought of something else. No, I hadn't. Shit. I'd already said it. I'm doing well tonight. Hooray! Hey, look, shall we actually just switch on to what we're doing, and then we might get some sort of actual flow going? What do you reckon?
Nah.
Yeah? All right, then. And now!
That was a great wind-up.
Yeah, I know, I couldn't find the file. I found the file now. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. Right, I'm going to hand over now to Spanky, Sinister, and Brian, because my lighter's just stopped working and I need to get another one. If you gentlemen would care to say something about Doctor Who.
Well, I think that bit of music we just had is hauntingly beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I've always liked the Doctor Who theme, all the versions of it.
And they do
Okay, I
a
said
good job
something.
over the years of as they've altered the credits of not screwing them up. Generally, they've consistently made them better. I think
They have. I like the radiophonic original where they're just off the wall on acid doing whatever makes sound and recording
was
it.
great. They were having fun with
Making
that.
it unreproducible by anyone on Earth. What do you think, Sinister?
The only title sequence I don't like is the Colin Baker one because it's just the same as before with extra colour and it looks a bit cheap. And I'm sorry if he's watching, I don't really like the Dominic Glynn theme tune very much.
The remixes are superb. Danny Stewart's Cosmos mix using all of Dominic's makeup bits is brilliant. Returns the proper 4-note bass line. And Dominic himself has done some amazing dance mixes, and they really rock. As you'll find out on the way up to Big Finish
We need
Day.
a dubstep for this. Yeah, I think we need a Doctor Who dubstep.
There is one.
There are
Outstanding.
several.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Trust me, any possible musical style, there's a version of the Doctor Who theme.
I can show you Doctor Who meets heavy metal by E-Rock.
Oh, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet that's awesome.
I think Who Mix is still going. chuck in Whomix. It was basically a site hosting everybody's different versions of the Doctor Who theme. Not the official ones, but fans. And some of them were awful, but some of them were really good. And then there were mine. I'll leave you make your own minds up about that. Anyway, and Osgood is having a few problems. And, well, Doctor Who, who's in his TARDIS, gets a message. It's a grim message. It's grim. It's grim. So he lands on Earth because, quite frankly, the ceasefire he brokered during Day of the Doctor is breaking down. And it all hinged on Osgood's. And so I'm not going to say any more about the plot. All I'm going to say is this is the Mary Poppins of Doctor Who stories, in that it's practically perfect in every way. I love this two-parter, apart from the theme tune, which is dreadful. But yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it, though I'm sure people will point something out and I'll suddenly go, oh yeah, you're right. So who would like to go first about the Zygon invasion? Good. I'll tell you what, we don't normally start Doctor Who with Spanky, so let's talk to Spanky about it.
Alrighty. Let's see. I thought one of the things was interesting where in the inversion part of the show, he was saying, no, this is you've said that the last 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
That strikes me as a very Doctor Who thing right there, that he would arrange this precarious ceasefire and maintain it largely through an incredible amount overspent effort, way too much energy for maintaining this thing that, probably could have been done better ways, but
he was trying to teach really a lesson as well. That's the thing.
Right, idea or moral of his. We're going to do it this way, and he did create essentially one more Osgood, basically, since we managed to lose one.
Yeah.
So technically, it was a success. Should it have taken 15 tries? I don't know. Is he like the basically Batman of this universe, and the Joker type thing keeps going to come out and killing people because he just won't?
I quite love the fact. Now you say that, I quite love the fact that any future executive producer could come back and do another version of that story because it's happened again.
Could do it 15 different ways, right?
Yeah.
And go, hey, here we go, right? And you could keep playing it and see all the different variations you possibly have on that theme. That was the one thing I really liked, just that it was open to that.
Okay.
Not the whole hit Doctor is kind of a, toothless whatever, because he keeps doing this and 15 tries to get one Osgood?
Well, no, not 15 tries to get one Osgood. It does seem to me like if that's the 15 times, then 15 Osgoods have gone.
Do you think?
Yes, Andrew. Yes.
I don't think it's happened 15 times. I think that was what we call in the trade a joke.
Yes. I would think that would be it too, but I think that
Doctor Who telling a joke.
It's happened a few times. Or that it
Angry
will
Eyebrows Doctor telling a joke?
Angry Eyebrows Doctor.
Those are attack eyebrows. Excuse me.
Those are properly angry.
Those are some dangerous caterpillars that he has attached to his forehead. I do not want to piss them off. I am just saying.
It was in the Day of the Doctor when it first got shown. And it's one of the great moments, and out of so many from that show. But I'm in a cinema watching it live with everyone else. And there's the bit at the end where you've got all 12 doctors are there. And Capaldi said, no, sir, all 13. And all you get is a glimpse of Capaldi's eyebrows. And the audience went nuts. Absolute nuts. That's pure fan service. Really well done. Sorry.
I'll never go to a cinema again.
I'm with them.
I'm sort of there myself,
actually. I don't know if I should link it, though. Well, you said, remember, all the doctors are there. Then we have some that aren't surviving, and soon we'll be missing probably many more. But,
we have 3 that are gone.
Right,
sorry, 4, including John Hurt.
Because we can do so much now with deep fake videos. Soon,
I do hope not.
This goes back to if you ever read that Howard Chaykin comic, American Flag, where this guy is essentially he's a cop on Mars and a movie actor, and he gets fired from his job because they can basically deep fake him in movies. And so he ends up as a mall cop on Earth, like the shittiest job in the shittiest place in the universe. But the idea is that they could deep fake his entire existence and career, and so that's what's going to happen, I think, with movies pretty soon. We'll be able to deep fake everybody. They won't need actors, just deep fakes.
It cannot be stopped. It's happened in the Star Wars films. In Doctor Who, it's happened in Big Finish. I know that's not deep faking, but we've got a replacement.
It's recasting, but recasting's fine. The thing is, recasting gives you an actor. It gives work to an actor.
Yes, but look at Rogue One. The guy who played Grand Moff Tarkin, he played the part, and his face was then altered afterwards. That's what it will be in the future.
I'm sorry, I don't like that. But that's just me. I'm old.
Going to happen.
I know, and it gives a lot of worry to what it can be used for, frankly. Mm-hmm. So anyway, tell me more about Doctor Who and the Zygons. Sin?
Me?
No!
Sorry, I got us off track there.
Watched it today. Very much enjoyed it. It's definitely what we would call a romp. It's more serious than a romp. Well, when I say romp, I mean it's world-spanning. Yes, now that'll give you. It's certainly got the geography there. Yeah. I don't really have. I can't fault it, to be honest with you. Practically perfect in every way. I'm trying desperately to think of a downside to it, and I can't because it all hinges on the speech. Yes, I wondered who'd bring that up first. The whole thing centers around that glorious speech that it can't be topped. It's just no. I can't. I've got nothing more to say other than it is perfection. Ooh, he's gone a bit further than Mary Poppins on the scale. I don't know what is further than Mary Poppins on the scale. I'm going to have to look. Who Mary Poppins? No.
Poppins squared.
That two-parter is there. So you've got Mary Poppins, who's practically perfect in every way. Go up the scale a little bit to perfect, and you've got the Zygon invasion. There we go. Now, Brian's wearing a face, which means he's going to disagree with you.
No, I agree with him. It's really good. And Capaldi finally gets his I am the doctor moment.
I still say he's had moments like that before.
The scripts have really downplayed him until this last season. I haven't seen it until this episode.
This is only his second season.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, but I will disagree. This is a huge
more
statement.
On Clara than the Doctor. Yeah. And okay, yes, we get it. You gave her the bigger part so that she'd stay on for Capaldi 1 and 2, and that's that. But
okay, I don't know why you picked that.
Because she was thinking of leaving when Matt Smith left, and they managed to
Where did you get that rumor from?
Supposition.
Okay, blood down the pub said.
I don't freaking know, but
yeah.
Headcanon, I don't know anymore.
Never believe what you hear, Balazar. Only what you know.
I'm just saying that he finally got his Rings of Akaheaton. He got his... Yeah, that. Sorry, I jumped into Native Martian. You've never seen Mars Attacks?
I have. That's why I was going grak, which is what they say, not whatever that strange noise is. They must come from a different continent than on Mars.
It's Southern Mars.
So much explained right there.
Southern Martian,
yeah.
But no, he's finally gotten his moment. Clara, I have to give it to Jenna. She does a great dual role.
I was going to say she really shows her acting.
Clara was incredibly hot.
I like how they kept the Clara character kind of plain, not made up, barely any makeup, roaming around her head in there, and then you had Bonnie, who was all done up and everything. And Is it just me, or are her eyes like 50% of her face?
Now,
Yeah,
Capaldi
yeah.
himself, or rather Doctor Who himself, does have a tendency to mention that on more than one occasion.
Yeah, I
Your
mean,
eyes, what are you doing with your eyes? Stop it!
they're like almost the entirety of her face. Whatever.
The human basis for all anime females. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked. I liked Bonnie.
Yeah,
As a villain.
no. So did I.
Bonnie as
Oh,
the villain
she was
was
great.
great.
Yeah, no. I think
And
this is amazing.
And now Bonnie as an Osgood.
oh yeah.
That
awesome.
that alone, when Osgood refuses to say whether she's the human or the Zygon for like the entire 2 episodes,
So
that's
this is-
beautiful.
This means now that potentially we've got 2 Zygon Osgoods.
It does.
Yep.
The potential
Conversely,
is
you
there.
might have a human and a Zygon. You
Well, that's
don't
how
have
it
a-
started,
And a Zygon
but we
still,
don't know
it's
which
uncharted where
Osgood
you could have two Zygons.
Missy killed.
Yeah, they
So-
were the piece. They were the embodiment of the piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so pleased and surprised that we all enjoyed it. I really am.
No, it was really good.
The next week's one is Sleep No More, which a lot of people dislike.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
Chrissy one.
Yeah,
Which
hang
one?
on a second. Brian, all right, it's a found footage story, which means it's not real. Okay, it didn't actually
You're
happen.
lying. It's real. The doctor is real.
Oh, dear
It's
bod.
true.
I absolutely love Sleep No More. So I'm probably going to be very much in a minority next week. Is there anybody want to say anything else about it? I don't feel we've sort of gone into much depth about it,
do
apart from
think-
just saying how good it is.
I think they missed a trick with the 2 Osgoods. One of them should have been
I was
called.
telling the producer.
One of them should have been called Osbad.
Yes, but which one is Osbad, and which one is Osgood?
The question
And
is,
they'll
do they?
never-
The question
They'll
is, if
never
they're
fess up.
keeping the human shape as it is, could it be possible that neither of them know if they are the Zygon or not? Could
No,
that be a
no.
possibility?
No, because one of them died. And correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're
Zygons,
wrong!
when they die,
Yeah,
they revert, don't they?
they do. However, in this particular instance, Osgood had been turned into freeze-dried coffee. There was nothing to revert with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was awfully convenient, wasn't it?
I did like the bit when the doctor's at the Zygon control panel and Clara says, "Do you need a minute?"
yeah.
I like this. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
guarantee he went
More
back and
smooch
watched
tech,
Terror
yeah.
of the Zygons and watched Tom playing with it and going,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm having that.
Oh, you should.
I
Oh,
think
dear.
that's the new thing in science fiction, right? Where you don't know what to do and you can't really make things more, shiny and metallic, and so they revert to, spooge tech, basically some kind of organic interface.
Go
type
organic.
thing.
We should do
Yeah.
Doctor and the Loch Ness Monster at some stage.
Notice my
I
restraint
wanna see that.
on this entire topic here.
Okay, this is
I
going to be
was
good.
waiting to
You
see
know,
Doctor Who's
no.
watching.
Siobhan knows my tendency to have people watch videos of certain topics.
No,
Do it.
no, and we don't even mention it on this show.
Notice my restraint. My restraint.
That's because there's paperwork involved. That's what restrains
I
you.
don't violate any copyrights now.
It's only a piece of paper, Siobhan.
Yeah, but you're cops of guns. That's all I'm saying. All
I
right.
really like using them too.
I'm sure other people might be able to delve deeply into this two-parter and bring up all sorts of subtexts and heaven knows what. But I get the feeling, listening to all this and from myself, that all we did was sit there with a big happy smile on our faces, watching it and not worrying about it. Am I right?
Pretty much.
Technically, I was painting, but yes.
I was building.
You
Lego.
were happy anyway. High as a kite.
Evil Clara actually brought her up in my eyes as the plucky girl assistant, like tied her with was it Elizabeth Sladen?
Ooh,
my eyes as, that
now
level
that's
of
a
damn.
big thing
Yeah,
to
so, yeah, I'm
say.
saying, right?
That's
Yeah.
fighting words.
I'll fight.
I know a
I'm
certain
good.
redhead that might take issue with that. And if she's
She's
watching, she can call me anytime.
certain redheads in slot number
You are a
3.
prevert.
I'm just offering. I mean, we can
You're
talk.
fucking desperate. That's what you are.
Adam's not here. I have to uphold the banner.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. After what I just said, and you saying Adam's not here, as though you two got something going on we don't know about.
It happens.
Okay.
I have to hold up the banner.
The banner, righty-ho.
The banner.
The banner. Moving on. There was no Big Finish this week. There was a Torchwood story. But I haven't, as I said at the top of the show, I haven't been too well. So I haven't listened to it. And plus, the workload has increased a little now. Because back with Classic Who, I didn't need to watch them. I did if I fancied it. But if I didn't need to, it didn't matter because I know it inside out anyway, so I can just come on and talk about it. But New Who, I have to go back and check, and I'm so glad I did. Like I say, next week, Sleep No More we'll be looking at. And I'm guessing that Mind of the Hodiak, the Russell T Davies Big Finish, will be out this week, but it's a guess. I don't know for certain. So I don't know what Big Finish, if any, we'll be looking at next week. My apologies. I say we, I mean me. Yeah. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah, all right, we'll do it that way round. The first Malcolm Reynolds is stomping through his ship, and they need to get a job. And so they go to a Russian. This Russian has reputation, yeah? He's got a job for them.
Russian accent.
And a bird, yeah. It's a train job, which goes a little bit pear-shaped. Then they find out what they actually stole, and they feel very, very bad about it. Then Jane Cobb does a spanky. He critically fumbles and ends up drugged out of his head, which I must admit, as soon as I saw that happen, I thought, spanky. I hadn't tied the two together before. This particular episode, it does peter out towards the end, but I think there's a good reason, because later on in the season, we're going to see the flip side of this episode. We're going to see what happens next. It's not nice.
I thought they dumbed it down because there's an important piece of dialogue at the end of the episode. The whole episode kind of hangs on one line in the show, I believe.
Please tell me.
Where he's having the confrontation with the sheriff guy there at the end, and the man is saying, somebody might do this or might do that. And he's got a choice, and Mal says, "No, sir, I believe he doesn't." And that's the only reason why I think they didn't really arrest him or whatever right there, is he said that when you're confronted by a certain amount of evil in the world, basically you don't have a choice. You have to, stand up against whoever. And that's the whole point to the Malcolm Reynolds character, is there's some lines you don't cross no matter what. No matter how far he falls, there are lines he will not cross. Ultimately, he's a man who will not compromise himself in certain situations, no matter what the cost. And so that's really a telling moment for the character, I think, for the whole series, when he says that one line. I don't believe man does have a choice in that instance when he tells the cop that at the very end.
Fuck me, Spanky. I think that might have been the first monologue we've all understood, has made perfect sense, and is in fact very well thought out.
It
Well
happens
done.
once in a while. Don't get used to it. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
No, it was good stuff, mate.
However,
Yes.
there is a bit of a plot hole.
Is it the one in the
What? I'm sorry,
in the top of the train?
So, the ship's flying over the train,
Yes.
and they drop Jane down to get the cargo,
Wee thud.
and they lift it back out again.
Aye.
Why didn't the other two just go with the cargo?
There wasn't enough room on the cargo.
I don't believe that for a moment.
I kind of
There
thought
was
the
a
same
net-
thing. Why
there
didn't
was
they
a
just
net.
grab a hold of Jane or something? Here?
There was a net
Plot
holding
reasons.
the cargo together. The net's clearly strong enough. The point
Didn't
I'm
they get knocked
making
down or
is
something?
the point I'm making is that if they just buggered off with the cargo, they wouldn't have had to. The rest of the plot would have been, the story would have ended right there,
It would-
because they wouldn't have found out that it was medicine they were stealing, and they could have got away, got their money, and end of story.
And then
And
that
I
would
think
be
they're tagged
another
on a colony
Firefly
and-
episode as well. That would there'd be nothing to it. This way we get the extra episode.
I'm just saying. It's
Mhm.
from a logic perspective, it
From a
doesn't.
logic perspective, yes, but honestly, seeing the fallout of this is well worth it.
Why is your camera nodding at me, by the way?
I know what happens later on in the series, and I do recall it being particularly brutal. But
Yes.
Uh-huh.
you
There's a
know,
moment later, yeah.
the other thing as well is
I'm sorry, I'm American. There are degrees of brutality that this just
Yeah.
isn't even close
Yeah,
to.
they've got a whole scale of brutality over there.
Yeah.
So I watched this on Disney Plus. I've got the DVD box set, but
I didn't know it was on. I didn't know it was on Disney. I'd have watched it on there instead.
That means walking 2 feet over there, and who can do that, And one
Horrible.
thing I noticed, there was an opening monologue bit from Shepherd, what's his face,
Yes.
and I don't recall that being on the DVDs.
Well, you're saying
Because
this.
he does it for a couple of different episodes. They have
But
other
it
people
explains-
do,
But
do the
it
monologue, right?
explains the whole verse thing, and I don't recall that being on the DVDs.
I cannot. I mean, I watched it on the DVD, but about 4 hours ago, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
I wasn't
And-
deliberately looking out for it, so
Of course, the other iconic scene in this episode is right at the end when he's saying to the goon, "This is all the money. You're going to take it back."
Yes.
And the bloke's like, "Fuck you," basically. And Malcolm Reynolds kicks him into the engine.
and then the next bloke
goon-
comes
And the next
along.
guy comes up and he
This
says,
is all the
"This
money.
is all the money." And he's like, "Yes, I get it. It makes perfect sense."
I heard it first time, no problem.
It's brilliant.
There's also the fact that Honora clouts Mel one. She really takes her chance on that one. She's fair dues. It's a case of, I got a chance to smack her about a bit. I'm gonna
It was
do it.
cool because you see that guy quite a lot. He's got the old hooked sort of knife thingy,
Yeah,
and you're thinking, right, he's being set up as an ongoing sort of, no, he gets kicked into an engine.
No, he just becomes little bits of desiccated meat. Possibly cooked because the engine's going. They were hot enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine Jane at the other end. Well, no, Jane was a bit fucked up by then. But, he would have been there with a bowl. Actually, knowing Jane, he'd been trying to eat it as it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brian, what did you make of it?
I like this one. It shows the character of the ship, the moral character of the ship.
Yes, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, you have a doctor, do no harm. You have the whore with the heart of gold in Inara. You have the young, impressionable, hyperactive Kaylee. You have the young and very crazy River. You have a
major
priest
leaky
of it.
brain pan.
Yeah, and that's all fine. You see where this is going,
Well, for
and
a
then
movie.
they come out and say it, and okay, fine. You see them working for some very bad people. Very bad. He's very bad.
Help yourself to a slice of gulag.
Yeah. And you see they can't do it. They can't be that whole let's be bad guys. Yeah, they're really sucky at being bad
There
guys.
They
is
suck at being bad guys.
there
Because there are
is
some
a
lines
pot-
they will not cross.
Yep.
there is a line in the movie Serenity, which sort of really draws the line properly. And it's a case of I'm not at war. You'll know when I'm at war.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, yes, we do.
He actually said that to the doctor this time out.
If you say so.
if I'm going to kill you, you're going to be facing me, you're going to be on your feet,
Yep.
and you're going to be armed.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's good. And this is really just filler until we get to one of my favorite episodes,
Which is?
Our Mrs. Reynolds.
Oh, of course it would be. Right.
Christina Hendricks, I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm there all day. And
Right.
she's single now, so.
Okay. I just want to double check, and Retta, if you're watching this at home on YouTube or something, I want to make sure, because of the bloody transmission orders that they fucked up, the next one I've got on the DVD is Bushwhacked.
Let me check. Yes. Bushwhacked, then Shindig, then Safe, then Our Mrs. Reynolds.
Bushwhacked, then Shindig, then Safe, then Mrs. Reynolds, and then Janestown. Jane, the man they call
We're singing
Jane.
that song.
Hey, what?
Oh, yeah.
We're singing it.
Oh, Christ, yes. I'm
We have
trying.
to.
I may have to
yes.
contact Amy
Yeah.
again and ask her to knit me a third Jane Cobb hat, because I can't find the other two.
Well, you know, anybody that walks down the street with a hat like that,
I ain't scared
you
of
know, they ain't
anything.
afraid of nothing.
And I have walked down the street with a hat like that. You're talking to the woman who basically wishes she had a Colin Baker coat so she could actually wear it.
Colin Baker coat with a Jane Cobb hat.
If that isn't a prize-winning cosplay right there,
Mm-hmm.
damn it.
That's come at me, bro. What you got?
Yeah. Yeah. Got a
Bushwhack,
problem?
Shindig, Safe, Our Mrs. Reynolds, right?
What do you think of it, Spanks?
What do I think of?
Friday
What I
this
do
week.
now?
The
You've
train
already
job.
got to him.
Have I? Oh,
I
Sinister.
really liked it. Yeah.
Done me as well.
I said that,
I was
yeah.
the last
There's
one.
only one we haven't done, so yeah.
We've done all three.
Yeah, now we have to hear
We
you.
could talk about We
We
could
can
talk
talk
about
about
Firefly
Firefly.
all day. Let's go.
No, because we've still got a few weeks of this to do, and we don't want to use it all up. Yeah. Might be an idea not to, frankly. So anyway, it's Bushwhack next week. Gosh, this is going to be a short show. Oh dear. It doesn't matter. Originally, the Flashing Blade was supposed to be half an hour long, and even then, that was too long. Sorry, that's the podcast. By the way, if anybody actually wants to listen to the original Flashing Blade podcast, it's available on Mixcloud and various other podcast websites that just trawl the internet and host them for no reason. So, yeah, you can listen to it there. There's over 200 episodes and loads of interview specials with different people from Doctor Who.
I'm in some of those.
You're in some of those, you are. Yes. Part of me's missing doing that, but I'm not going to go that mad. I'm not going to be mad. Because editing was just killing me. Right. Now, this is where we find out if Dr. Sinister, over there, was being sarcastic in our Flashing Blade Discord server chat.
No, I was Griphead.
You were Griphead.
I was Griphead.
Wow.
I was in a high state of gripheadness.
Wow. Goodness me. I told you it got better, didn't I? Out of the Unknown. Where a scientist who's here, he's a historian in a mostly totalitarian future, where it actually reminded me an awful lot of his Dark Materials. The church controlling the colleges. Almost, in that respect. You know, they're controlling what they can learn, what they can't
Well,
learn.
we don't know that the entire future is totalitarian. We only know
Might just be that county.
that researchers are restricted to certain lines of research, and that's it.
If you're a historian, you have to research history. You cannot be interested in something else.
Because otherwise it's anarchy.
Yeah, God, it's learning gone mad. However, there is a device, or a rumored device, that allows you to view the past.
A chronoscope.
And so this little professor guy, historian, goes and asks David Bellamy, Lord Bellamy from Upstairs Downstairs, who was the original choice for Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Really?
He dropped out and Nick Courtney got promoted. I know, amazing how things happen. Anyway, he goes to see him, and because he's been fobbed off left, right, and centre, not being allowed to use this time viewing thing to look at ancient Carthage, and he's not happy about that. So he starts a conspiracy. He talks to a young physicist, and
He doesn't seem to be actually that young.
no, it's a tricky one, that one.
Yeah, right.
And he agrees. He ends up building this time thing in the basement. Still not sure how. However, there is a problem.
With parts
You
can
see,
get
whereas
really
the
low
professor wants to study ancient Carthage, his wife wants to see their daughter who was killed in a fire about a year ago.
Well, there's a reason the professor wants to see ancient Carthage in particular.
Please?
Well, they allegedly used to sacrifice their children to flames.
To Mordo, the statue in his...
Moloch thing.
Moloch
Moloch.
thing. Sorry, not Mordo.
Right.
Yeah, you're quite right.
Yeah,
Still
so
a Marvel
basically he's incredibly guilty that he was entrusted with the care of this child and she died on his watch, basically.
He essentially
Spoilers.
did the same thing.
Did you watch this, Brian, or were you completely off your tits on paint?
No, I watched it. It was fine. Yeah, I liked it. I
You
actually
heard
watched
that here first.
I actually watched a second time type movie. I linked it in a general chat on Amazon afterward, and both parallels are just
Well, this is taken from a particular book.
by Isaac Asimov. That's why I liked it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which makes me think that possibly that other film, if it's that similar.
It's not.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
taken from Asimov. The film I watched was The History of Time Travel. It's on Amazon Prime. It's interesting. We could talk about it after the segment, but because talking about now
right.
has nothing to do with the show.
Right.
With the Out of the Unknown we're watching.
On my watch list.
I
All
don't
right.
know what's happening. Hang on.
Church, the gods, and all that. Huh?
Okay. Things are just doing strange things. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I say, those first two Out of the Unknowns really were bad.
Yeah.
Last week's was okay.
Yes, I really enjoyed last week's. And this week, that you can sort of see, right, they know what they're doing now. They've built it. Yeah.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah. Spanks?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good as one of those what do you call it, like a where you dissect the morals of the common man or whatever. The one guy cares nothing for anybody else, really. All he wants is his goals achieved, and so he cares nothing for like the law of unintended consequences or anything, right? As soon as he can see that his efforts. Go ahead, sorry.
That's exactly it. Is they haven't thought it through, and I hadn't thought it through, and at the end when the guy says, where does the past start? It starts within the last half a second or whatever. I'm thinking, holy fucking shit! You can basically watch people effectively in real time.
In real time.
Thing.
Yeah. With that device, right? You could instantly be spying on anyone, anywhere, ever, right? And that's how dangerous it was, right? None of them gave that a thought.
No.
Which was funny, right? All they cared about was the wife, baby. That was it. He wanted Carthage. That was it. And this other guy just wanted to be published. That was it. And then,
It's just wanted to see if it was possible and became obsessed with it, but nobody had thought ahead.
No one had thought ahead. Right?
Unforeseen consequences.
And
Do
then
you
the
hear that,
uncle,
Vladimir?
right, with the
Unforeseen
true-
consequences.
the true outcome of the law of unforeseen consequences is the uncle, right? He mailed it off to 5 different publishers, and guess what?
Yeah,
It's
the genie's
too late
out the
to put
bottom.
genie
Yeah.
back in
Out of the
bottle,
bottom.
right?
Out of the bowl.
Yeah, I've been dealing with unforeseen consequences at work all week.
Oh,
Trust me, I know. I'm very familiar with unforeseen consequences.
You have to
Yeah,
sort
I
of
live in a
feel
world
around
of
the
people
office
who
to
cannot
find them.
go.
I'm the one who has to foresee the consequences
Oh yeah.
because no one else in the
Yeah.
office is.
As I
That's
expected,
my job,
I
right?
wasn't expecting you to say that.
You see, when it started, when that first scene in the office, when the professor's saying, "But I really want to use this thing," I just assumed the whole device was a con, that the thing didn't exist at all. But it does exist. But it's got
And it
this
works too good. Yeah.
It's got this limitation to it, and the guy at the end said, you know, sometimes even my staff indulge.
Yes.
You know, it's just, and I must admit, I was blown away by it. I spent the next day just constantly thinking,
Am I being watched?
wow, that was just like, it just kind of blew my mind slightly. And you can't go wrong with an Asimov story. I've read most of his stuff. I may even have read this years and years and years ago. I can't remember, but you can't
If
go
you
wrong
like
with
this,
Asimov.
watch the movie I put up in general.
Okay.
And here's the fun thing is you can even put this into a real world setting thing with that whole Patriot Act BS of where, you know, the NSA is watching and phone calls and things.
Yes.
Because essentially they can watch people in real time or damn near it, you know, with anything you post or whatever. And who's going to do that? And when he says, you know, some of my staff occasionally partakes or whatever, that's what we had, right? With the Snowden thing and all these other things with these leaks from Apple every once in a while where somebody has been playing Siri leaks at parties or something like that. Listen what this stupid ass person asked for. The argument it picked up between this spouse, you know, these two spouses or something like that. And,
As I sit here,
you know,
I've got a camera monitoring my living room. I've got an Echo device. I've got 8 of them now in my house. Of course, I'm online right now, and I've got my phone next to me.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
but you
you
don't
don't-
want
yeah,
an injection
don't-
that
don't
might have a
have it.
microchip in it that basically...
I to be honest with you, if people were
Morons.
watching my everyday life, I wouldn't be embarrassed. I'd be flattered.
It's a bit like people falling asleep when I'm driving. As far as I'm concerned, that's one of the greatest compliments they can give me.
You know, it's like to me watching 5 hours of Big Brother.
I'm
It's-
assuming you meaning the game show rather than...
Yeah, the game show.
Oh, I need to look for that.
It's boring.
Yes. Like Lindsay
Yeah.
used to watch it,
Nothing
the
happens.
live feed
boring.
where nothing happened.
If you're watching my life, I'm sorry. I'll try to do
Yeah, I feel
better.
bad for people. If you're just watching
I
my life,
mean,
that's
at least get me up in the Nielsen ratings a little bit more.
I need to ask Spanky,
all the good stuff that's way behind me. So yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10, Spanky, how asleep is Ghost?
Right now, probably about a 7.
7.
He's not twitching, so
He's not twitchy. He's not dreaming
bad.
yet. No, he's not
No,
catching
he's
a rabbit.
good, right? No. He
But
doesn't. He was attacked by a much larger dog, some vicious dipshit that lives next to us a while back. Like
Yeah, I
had
had
his
that same
dog
thing happen.
attack him for fun and stuff, and so he has like nightmares about that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing about this episode was they kept replaying the clip of the child at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That mother, that woman, she's lost now.
Yeah.
She's
Oh yeah.
she's not
lost,
living.
that's it.
She's not living anymore. She is.
There's no way.
She's back in
Well,
the pub.
Well,
She's
that
just
that
awesome.
underscores the whole thing about culture. I mean, we have widows, we have widowers, we have orphans. We don't have a word for a parent that loses a child.
No.
Right.
And honestly, I can sympathize with her. That's like one of the most horrible things that could happen to a person.
And like I say, when I was a
And-
kid, when my brother died,
I mean,
it broke my father.
Yeah.
Well, I
To
would-
put yourself in her position, yeah. Fuck
I'm
the
not-
real world. I'm watching this for the rest of my life.
I'm
This
not.
is it.
I'm not exactly in the same position. My father died when I was 3 years old. He was killed in a car crash. I don't remember him. So you know what I'd be doing?
Right. Exactly.
Learn
And-
who you came from from your people. And
That
stuff,
draws it out to the perfectly
There we go. There we go.
logical
It's a nice, interesting question. What would you use the chronosphere, or whatever the hell it's called, for? Sinister's already answered us. What about you two? And if it's personal, don't say. But
That'd be it. Doing things of that
and,
nature.
and
So
we're-
sure,
it's a case of your own life. What would you like to look back on?
I'm a Sinister. My biological father died when I was very young. I didn't know him very well. And my memories of him aren't very flattering to him. So I would get a better sense of them.
Just
And that would just be one use of many.
for
but I would
viewers. Spanky's father was a test tube.
Yes.
Yes. Just so anyhow, and
Actually,
his
it
mother was a
double-ended
petri dish.
condom. I had two dads. That
Imagine-
was it. 2 dads and a double-ended rubber.
Imagine if you suspected your spouse of cheating on you.
Right.
You go nuts.
You
You
spend
go
all your
nuts
time
with
yeah.
the paranoia.
spouses every fucking move, right? And how many men do you guys know out there that would be like that? Because I know a bunch that are
Same with women.
psychotically controlling.
narcissistic, controlling assholes.
Oh my
Yep.
God, yes. So what kind of power would that give them? Over the individuals in their lives. What a nightmare. There would be people who would just use that thing to try and find out every dirty little secret or whatever of every person that they knew, so they could control everyone around
Oh,
them.
tabloid journalist
So
dream.
basically, you're saying the CIA, the FBI.
Tabloid journalism.
Imagine the Monica Lewinsky thing with Clinton. That wouldn't
Oh,
be
yeah.
long. You'd know. Oh, I didn't have sex with that woman. I've just been back in time on the chronoscope and I looked at the pictures
Yes,
and
you sure did, buddy. And that would be all over YouTube
To be
then.
fair,
Because they would make a
A
movie of that
Hummer
would
is
be
still
bigger than
sex.
Pam and
I'm
Tommy, right?
just throwing that one out there.
Okay.
It's still sex.
Yeah.
It's, I'm just saying that.
Brian, anything you'd look
The
back on?
Lewinsky Clinton tape
Yeah.
would be bigger than the Pam and Tommy. sex
Sorry,
tape
I
because-
can't. There's a noise coming from. I can't remember if he's in Carolina now or Texas. Where are you?
Carolina,
Carolina, North or South?
North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Not a
Yeah.
bad place. Not a bad.
Which
Yeah,
is still in the
that's good.
South. For those.
Yeah,
of you
I've
that
never
can't
understood the
remember,
Mason-Dixon line. Brian, what would you look back on?
Pass.
Between Virginia and Maryland.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
No, I'd look back. I just won't say it here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. For me, see, the trouble is a lot of my memories are cringe-inducing.
Oh.
And I'm sure we're all the same.
Oh.
It's, but I honestly don't know. I suppose there was a couple of nice times I could look back on. And there's arguments I can look back on to see if I was right or not.
There's nothing quite like trying to fall asleep and your brain suddenly goes, hey, remember 30 years ago when you were a complete dick and you said that really fucking stupid thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still cringe
I-
at stuff I did in primary school.
Well, if you read the recent Wolverine series they had out,
What's it,
The
10
lives-
10 lives
10
of Wolverine?
Lives and Deaths of Wolverine.
Yeah.
They go into memory because you remember the horrific parts more than the good
Yes, you do.
parts.
Yes, you do.
The painful parts.
Yes.
Fortunately, nobody I know has Wolverine type memories where he's constantly tortured and physically or
Why
whatever.
do you think Dr.
but-
Sinister is like this? Why do you think he has a bunker? Why do you think
got-
there's a little island off
He's
America?
got
off
adamantium
Africa?
bones, doesn't he?
No,
Nick?
no. He tried. It's Tupperware.
Pub.
He's got Tupperware bones. It's,
But no, it's one of those.
I thought it was more like
There are
Wilson Wilson
memories
from
you
that,
don't want to relive,
from that one show.
and a lot of times they outweigh the good. Sometimes it's just better to let them be.
So
But you-
this
people-
leads me on to a follow-up question. And again, you don't have to answer this. Do you have any regrets? Things you change?
I'm 48 years old. Fuck yeah.
Interesting. Sin, you the same? What about you, Spanks?
Yeah.
Am I the same?
Because I'm going to say it now. There are things, I'm not proud of, but I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be where I am now.
That's an excellent point. Our
And-
mistakes build the person.
Yeah, I'm completely fucked up, but I've got really good friends. I've got a little
I have
dog and some
PTSD
cats. I got a
because
car.
I've been blown up a couple of times.
you know,
I might want to change a couple of things. I'm just saying.
I
Duck.
I feel that I've only become the person I was meant to be fairly recently because of past events, and I think my development, for want of a better word, was retarded because of those events, and I would want to correct the course of that development.
Yeah, but where would that leave you now? What sort of person would you be now?
I'd be president of the world.
Right, okay. Yeah, I should have thought of that. I didn't think it through. I'm sorry. I let you all down. And I let myself down. Frankly. I feel bad about that. Dear me.
There's your regret.
Yes. I can change it. Right, next week. Next week is a classic Out of the Unknown episode. It's called Time in Advance. I'm going to say no more. But if you enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy the next one.
Is it about moving the clocks forward for summer?
No.
Oh, by the way, thank you for finally catching up to us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No, we didn't catch up to you. I'm
You
terribly
picked
sorry.
one
You
that
decided to run ahead like a naughty little child.
You're right. You didn't catch up with us. You fixed what was wrong.
You were an experiment.
One of these days, I'm going to come to America. I'm going to do the East Coast tour, and I'm going to slap the back of your legs, boy.
I'm going to cut a switch.
Yes,
I'll
go get
make
me a
it
switch.
Not as big as my wrist. Okay, maybe my thumb.
No, you gotta get one. You gotta get one of those ones that's thinner than your pinky, because those are the ones that actually get the blood when you get it. Your mama comes at you like she's a fence or just doing some epee trash.
I can recommend bamboo canes to hit children
Those
with.
work pretty good.
Sambo
too.
canes. We'll go get
Bamboo
some.
canes, because that's
We'll do
what my
some
mother
of
used on my
these
face.
old school.
So,
Yeah, I got those around here.
yeah, again,
It's-
not
it's
something
bamboo
I'd
that
change.
grows natural around here.
Though I might go back and just say,
Well, there's
buy
like a beast.
Apple shares. You know?
Mom, Dad, I don't need to go to college. Here, just invest in Microsoft.
Actually,
That's
that's
right.
an interesting thing. Sorry, just winding back slightly to the Utu we were talking about.
Utu?
That's the Utu. Yeah.
Ooh.
In that opening scene, or in one of the scenes, didn't they say something like, "Can you talk to the people you're watching?"
Yeah.
Yeah, interact, yeah.
Yeah,
Interact with them.
that wasn't picked up again.
No, it wasn't.
Did they
Which would have
answer
been
it?
something, right?
No,
Didn't
Having
answer.
answer us would have been an interesting thing, but
Okay.
I think because they haven't explored the science of the chronoscope,
They don't know.
they haven't advanced it to the point where you could talk to them or you could go beyond the
That makes
120-year barrier simply
makes
because of the absolute fear of the chronoscope.
they were so afraid
Right.
of it that they
I
stopped
now
researching
need to
it.
say
That
hello
was a
to
clear
chat.
point made in the story.
Hello, chat.
Hang on a second. We're going to play Who's the Bot? All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so broadcaster McFadden. Hello. Moderators Lord Sidious. Don't know where the Lord came from. Right. Users.
I bought a square of land in Scotland.
Righty-ho. Community Showcase. Hello. Dr. Sinister 01. It's him. Look, it's him. Ice Wizards. Hello. Lurks is back. Our little
they
Russian
future-
bot friend.
Are they
Maddie.
future people?
Sorry?
They could be future people.
They could be part. They could be the future historians we've been going on about.
You
And
know
they're
they're not
just
allowed to
staying quiet
interact
because
with
they
us,
don't
right?
want to actually get involved with history. We've got
They're not
Maddieson
allowed to interact
Maddie
with
and
us
Son.
because they're observing us.
and Midsoon, and of course Streamlabs. So, hello everybody. If you are actually there, please do say hello. Indeed, please leave a little comment on, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the YouTube
Sort of
video.
type into it. Your donation is greatly appreciated. About McFadden, I'm launching things.
Yeah,
out
there is a
really
pay.
quickly.
Also, there's a PayPal button on the Twitch
Where's the
page
thing where I
where
can
you can
type in
donate
stuff?
to help
Oh,
help
and,
me.
and also, can I
There we
just
go.
remind
There it is.
people, it's a week since we lost Luxembourg.
Oh yes, of course.
Oh yes.
Next target, and
You
it's
already,
gonna-
you already knew. You did somebody else.
my next target, I'm afraid it's going to upset a lot of people, is going to be Vatican City.
Okay.
That's an unusual choice.
Yeah, I'm just doing it for the shock value rate mainly.
Okay, no, fair
All
enough.
right.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, the mountains
Yeah,
reflect a
how
lot of the
exactly-
blast.
Now, exactly what are your demands again? So that
I
the
want that tip jar full.
Oh, yeah, we want the tip jar.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vatican City gets it. That's right.
Come on, guys. It was only a week ago.
It's a
I can't
week
remember
ago,
yet.
Andrew.
Come on.
Things have happened. Oh, how was
Yeah,
your
I'm sorry, I'm out of
You
bits.
bastards.
I'm not giving them more money. So
how's your K1 robot and Tom Baker set? Was it all right? And also, I need to ask you about the background to it.
I took pictures of that, but it was just a door. It's boring.
Didn't have the stepladder. If they'd had any sense, they'd have put the stepladder in there. The one that had to stay there because of a scene shifter's strike.
Hang on a minute. I'll come back to you.
All right, okay. Yeah. So, oh, well done, Brian. I don't know what that means. You cheered, apparently. Well done, you.
I'm putting a bit in the jar.
Okay.
Oh, and
This
to
will
address
save
concerns,
approximately
that's
3
not
square
a dead
feet
dog
of
on the floor in
Syracuse.
the back there.
I can see it. I can see the thing falling in the jar. That was quite nice.
Yeah,
Jess set it
yeah,
up
that's
for
what
me.
it's for.
Well, Jess told Brian how to set it up for me. Or Jess set it up for No, Jess set it
Jess
up
set
for
it
me. Yeah.
up for you.
Click the claim.
Oh,
name.
I've
Oh.
got some exciting news. by
Yes,
the way.
please. Yes, please.
My sonic screwdriver's in the post.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you've told
Very
the others about it. Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait until it arrives to tell them? Or do you
Alright.
want to tell them and then show them?
I've seen the picture.
It's made by
The functionality is interesting.
Custom Sonics, and it's I say fully functional. You know what I mean? It's a Tom Baker.
In a Mr. Data way?
It's a Tom Baker Sonic made out of metal
Yep.
with moving spring-loaded parts,
Yep.
sound, and a rechargeable battery.
Very cool.
Nice.
Nate, I don't know how much that was, but I wouldn't mind a Pertwee version.
£250.
Yeah, I still wouldn't mind a Pertwee version, but I need an iPad
That was
first.
the same as my Plague Doctor mask, and now I can never be anything else other than a Plague Doctor for Halloween.
I've just put a picture of
Sorted.
the background into the chat.
Oh, right, okay. Hang on a second. That means I've now got to try and get onto chat on here. Oh, General, Dr. Sinister.
Yes, I see it.
It's that's pretty naff, really.
Slightly different
background.
angle. Hold on, there's one from a slightly different angle so that you can see that there is nothing exciting. Just coming up now.
That's naff.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, they've done some really nice. I mean, fuck's sake, they put an ogre in the Day of the Daleks box, which was funny.
Well, they're a security robot from Blake 7.
As well in that. Yeah,
Anyway, that's the Tom.
very bright coat. I think too bright. What do you think? Too
He
red.
looks a little plastic.
Didn't one
Well
of the
said.
Osgoods have his scarf?
Yes.
Osgood scarf is not
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah,
It's a scarf on its own.
It was not accurate, but that was what it was
Oh,
supposed to be.
I'll tell you what. Have you got
And
both?
then-
Hey,
K1s?
I like her question
The
mark.
question marks on the call.
Love
I
her
thought was
question
a good touch too.
Have
The
you
question
both
marks were good.
K1s to hand?
Yeah.
Just want to see. I know there's one difference that I know of.
So, this is the one I bought at Hooverville.
Yep. Who looks like he's killed the one who created him.
This one, the different limbs came in with different figures, and I never had all the figures, and they were selling this complete, so I thought, yeah, I'll buy it.
Right. Okay.
And this is the one what you gave me.
Yeah.
And no, straight away, difference in colour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
thing I knew
yeah.
about. You got a disintegrator gun.
They both have.
Oh, cool. What happens when you fire them at each other?
One shrinks, one goes smaller. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
But
One is a bit more pink.
yeah, that's the new one. He's pink.
I actually
to
wouldn't
be
mind
honest
getting
with you,
myself a K1.
Ghost
I've
came
not-
on.
I've not seen anything really different about them apart from the
That
paint
colouring.
job.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure someone like Captain Jim Pye or whatever will go through it left, right, and centre and tell you all about it. But like you say, just looking at it, apart from the colours, that's it. Brian's done it again. He's doing it just to throw me off now.
What's he done?
He's cheered again. I think he's got a certain connection with Vatican
Ooh.
City.
There's a diamond spinning. It looks like the
Spinning
time
diamond.
scoop of the Five Doctors.
How do you make that happen?
You gotta cheer.
How do you cheer?
In the chat box there, you see that little diamond to the right next to the emoji?
Oh,
If
you
you-
put money in somehow or something? Is that it?
Yeah, you can buy bits.
I got you.
I wonder if I can cheer.
I've never bought more than 100 bits. So
What is it? Colon cheer, is it?
it is
Colon cheer.
cheer 1 or cheer 10. Here.
Cheer. Is it colon though? Because you got a colon there.
No, it's
Just straight cheer, not
cheer number, no space. You have to have bits though.
You cannot cheer in your own channel.
This won't work
Yeah.
then.
Bits. So the bits are a penny a piece, basically.
Well, we did
I
get some money
think they're
last
like
year,
$5.
What I'm looking
which
at
I think was the
here.
money that came in for the City Heroes streaming. That was quite nice, and I did offer to share it around, and they all told me not to. Gits. Like I say, I'm still after getting an iPad. Hello, people out there. I need it so I can do music.
If you want to write to us, you can send your letter attached to an iPad. box.
Actually, you can write it on the iPad, preferably not in crayon, and just send the message on the pad like that.
You can use Sharpie on the iPad and send it to us.
Yes. Yeah, I
know
can't
how
see
to
that
get
going
Sharpie
wrong.
off. I know how to get Sharpie off, so don't
I know
worry
how to
about
get
it.
Sharpie off.
Yeah.
I know how to get permanent marker off of a whiteboard.
Yep, me too.
Do you know how to get
Yeah.
permanent marker off of a person?
You simply write over the permanent marker with a non-permanent marker.
Yeah.
Right.
It worked.
And then
It
you
worked.
wipe both off with the...
Oh,
Yeah.
the solvent takes it off.
Yes.
Or you do what I do, and if you
Madness.
catch a cleaning lady, doesn't have to be a lady, you say to her, "Could you please clean the whiteboard? I've used permanent marker on it," and she'll go, "Yeah, that's fine," and she'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Because they're clever people.
Auntie, are you picking your nose?
You'll upset Mr.
I chose
Jogo.
it years ago, Spanky.
I'm just. Don't forget to look when you're done, because you
No.
never know when you might find that lost Picasso.
That's
Yes,
that's a
indeed.
red dwarf.
Here comes the miner digging for gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't
It's a
understand.
Family Guy thing.
Oh, right, that's probably why I don't get it then. We've been going for 1 hour 20, which is rather short for us. Sure,
Well,
but
we're
sweet.
not,
I like that.
going on about BS and stuff.
Yeah, and we had the extended.
No
opening
big
with
finish.
the whole seriousness of the Ukraine.
And no
thing.
big finish.
Just a big finish too. So
So, well, next week, like I say, sleep no more.
did it right there.
Beware
Time in
the
advance
iPress.
for Out of Unknown. Bushwhacked for Firefly, and I've no idea what the big finish is. Hopefully, on Friday evening, Sinister and I will meet up on here and do Two Flan Dinosaurs, first 2 episodes of Doctor and Silurians. It will happen one day.
You know why we're not doing it, don't you?
Why is this?
There's a race memory preventing us from doing it.
Damn it, you're right. Damn! Also means I can plug the @the3rd Doctor Twitter account that I've got. Because I started a Twitter account back when it was just 70 characters on Twitter. I think it was 70. Was it 140? It was 140, wasn't it? And then they doubled it. I thought, I wonder if I can do sort of a 3rd Doctor diary, but in Twitter form. Just a writing exercise.
You've
And
said that the last 15 times.
Like one of like that. Who remember?
And
who did the
I ended
secret
up...
letters
I'm
to
halfway
the-
through Ambassadors of Death, and then I gave up. But Doctor and the Silurians and Spirit from Space are covered in detail. The Doctor's very own thoughts. Yep, he's a prat. So, yeah, good stuff coming next week. Abdul Fub, Sinister, what are you doing next week?
Working.
I don't know what that noise means, if I'm honest with you.
Is on the working thing, yeah.
Spanky, what are you doing next week?
I have yet another VA day, so I will be battling my way to and from Hampton, Virginia. And
that's quite a distance, isn't it?
3-hour drive there, 3-hour drive back, and it was great. The drive there this time actually was during a severe thunderstorm, and there was a tornado that touched down a little ways in front of me. During part of it, I got caught behind a
Whereabouts, please, because I'm going to look it up.
It was in Virginia somewhere.
Whereabouts in Virginia, do you know?
I don't know, somewhere around Battlefield.
There's
Boulevard,
tornado porn for me to watch.
Whatever, but so
Oh, I cannot stand
around
the
there
destruction. Obviously, I can't stand the destruction. It breaks my heart. But I've really got into the science behind it. And
so little tornado action in this, and all this crazy people driving were crazy, and the obviously severe thunderstorm, and so it turned what would have been a 3-hour leisurely drive into a 4.5-hour nightmare.
leisurely, darling, leisurely.
Leisurely. I in there. L-I-E.
Dear.
Not L-E-S.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Yes, indeedy doodly.
I know. You guys feel you invented the language so you could ignore the rules for it, except the rules are there.
We didn't invent the language. We scrounged it off various other people.
That's true.
And then we just eliminated certain letters.
And we perfected it, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't say perfected it, dear.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good Lord,
We
no.
made it the most difficult language in the world to learn.
And what is it with this new maths they're teaching kids?
Love that.
But it makes no sense. Where are you getting these figures from? How? What?
This is why I stopped helping my son with his homework when he was a little kid.
I mean, the way we were taught made perfect bloody sense, was straightforward.
What I do with the chronoscope, I would go back in time and find the fucking moment that my maths teacher said, "You won't have a calculator with you all the time when you grow up," and I'm going to shove my iPhone in his face and grind his eyes out with the glass.
Ah, dear.
Not to mention the whole fact that if you show up to a college level math class without your calculator, you're screwed.
You are.
You know? You actually get in trouble. So it's like the whiplash there from that just was so annoying.
My favorite is they make you buy a $120 calculator for college level math class. I just want the app now.
Is it graphing? Is it one of those graphing calculators?
Yeah.
He's getting an app for your phone.
What do I do? I mean, I'm tempted to go back and have a go at my mum because she said, "You'll never amount to anything as long as you like that bloody Doctor Who." The thing is, she was right. Curse the fucking woman. Oh, I know it's Mother's Day. It's also Auntie's Day, by the way.
Dungeons and Dragons and video games. I think that's a win for me.
It is Auntie's Day.
People are out there shaping the fucking world, what they've done with it today. I'm frankly not impressed by these world-shaking decision makers. I think they fucking failed. So my life of leisure spent goofing off and reading and entertaining myself seems much by far the least of all those possible evils, okay? I think I've done far less harm in the world than, the rest of them. They're polluting and invading and, whatever. For you guys.
So there we go. That's what we would do. Now, for some bizarre reason, I have this urge to ask Brian what he's doing this week.
Gee, I wonder why.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's weird
Yeah.
how funny that happens.
Am I actually going to be interested?
Well, yes, maybe, because I'm planning a couple days off coming up very soon.
My head did a thing.
Yeah.
We're actually going to play some Diablo 2 then.
Well, I may be having involuntary time
Retirement,
off.
yes, of course. Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me, neither Adam nor myself can make the RPG on Saturday. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
There's a convention
That's okay.
on. There's a convention on. I won't be there
Oh,
in the
yeah,
evening.
you're going to be at the Doctor Who
But
thing, so we should probably...
by the end of the day, I will just be a mess. I won't be able to do this.
We should probably reschedule then.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Damn you.
Hang on. I'm getting the tingle. It's the tingle.
Did you get the tingle?
It's tingle. Right fingers tingling.
Is it
Tingle
your,
down
Peter
here. Tingle in the tongue.
Is it like a Peter tingle or
I don't know.
Tingle in your Peter or a Peter tingle? There's two different.
I
Your
have
tingle's
I
spoken-
watched that, by the
tingle,
way, and
then
I was
you
very
mean the
verklempt.
doctor?
You watched what? No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Did you
And I
enjoy?
got very
Have you seen the
verklempt.
new one?
I liked it, but the feels.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
see the new one.
Look at that
I have not
happy
seen it yet. I
dog.
wanna see it.
Look at Ichi.
Dude, you know the camera's this way, dude. Look up here. Look up
Look at him.
Dog doesn't care about camera.
Yeah. Yeah,
just wants
dog's
to know
happy
you.
where he is.
And if I say the
Little
word,
baby.
Stretch my butt.
pass out and run
Feel
around.
my ass.
Look at the smile. Look. You see, we've
50%
been missing all this.
50%
You not having a camera all these years.
Little bastard, yeah. That's
Will
my
you
boy.
please stop being tingly? It's like
You're
being given
clearly
local
in danger.
anaesthetic. It's weird.
I think one of your alternate reality supervillains
He's
is coming to
he's
get
the
you.
worst out of all of them.
Could be that.
And this is how he turned out, and he was like near beat to death and stuff.
Though
Perhaps the master.
the thing is, whilst I know that there are infinite, it's an infinite multiverse. I know that in no universe have I ever been successful. So there's no way there's an evil version of me getting hold of me, because they'd fuck that up before they managed to do anything.
Well, if there's an infinite multiverse and you're in it,
Yeah.
if one of your
I'm trading.
duplicates dies, does that energy get dispersed to the rest of you?
That'd be
There
great.
can be only one.
I smell a Jet Li movie.
If you don't kill them off all at
Okay.
once, like then one of them becomes superhuman.
The
yeah.
one with Jet Li. You gotta
That's great.
kill
I would
all
totally
the
go around
alternate
the
universe
the
ones so you
killing
become the only one.
one. That's right. I would do that. That would be me. I would be there. Auntie Froze.
Siobhan's gone.
No,
He's-
doggy. Happy doggy.
He's just in doggy hypnosis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I would love to be there and cuddle that dog. I really would.
Yeah, he was the one that was the worst off out of all of them,
Oh, bless him.
and the one that I had the most, like, had to do the most work with and stuff.
Look at the face on that. And that's for the dog. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, and we're going to make a move. Like I say, next Friday, as the home of time has stabilised due to a revolution. 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's when we're doing Two Flan Dinosaurs. And then next Sunday, 9 p.m., 4 p.m., will be the Flashing Blade. Next week's version of this. We may have Retta. I hope we do. We'll have to wait and see. We've got some good stuff, though, to watch this week.
Don't forget to write it all down.
Oh, tell you what I did manage to get. As I was creakily going past, I went to one of the local charity shops just across the road. I got Series 1 and Series 2 of Babylon 5 on DVD for £7.
Nice.
I still need 3 to 5, but, you know, that's good. I'm happy about that.
Didn't the Cascade just finish War Without End?
No, she's on the Patreon. She's just not Into the Fire.
They've got a
No, on YouTube. She just
Oh, on
upped War
YouTube, yeah,
Without
she's
End.
doing War Without End. Yeah, you're behind on there. If you
Well,
pay,
it's YouTube.
kind of
if you pay,
Babylon 5.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I'm paying £4 a month to her, and
That's
I
great.
think it's very worth it because she's brilliant. I love her. I worry about her, but I love her. The other one I do is I subscribe to Toby's Patreon as well because it's fucking brilliant. I don't know how he gets the time to do it all. I really don't. It's quite remarkable because on top, that this isn't his job. He's got the comedy. He's got
Other thing that he'd be like, who's that?
Doctor Who stuff to do. He's
He become the next breakout star on EastEnders.
Coronation Street.
Coronation
Sorry.
Street.
It's an easy mistake to make. They're both miserable as sin. Corey does have. Oh, hang on a moment. Corey does occasionally have the moments of humour, and Fergus, the character Toby plays, cat bum. He's one of those more humorous characters that they write in, and it's a brilliant piece of writing. It's obviously written for Toby, because he's just brilliant with it. So there's that. There was something I was going to say, except I've forgotten what it was I was going to say, and I've forgotten what it was about that I was going to say. It's something to do with Neighbours. Hang on. Now, Neighbours is finishing, which is after 37 years. Great shame. And Australian soap. Cheesy as fuck, but it knows it's cheesy and doesn't give a damn. Has a slight problem with casting people of colour. Yeah, there's Australia for you. But they've done a few mad things. For example, Bouncer's Dream, where a dog had a dream. Yep. Then they did a Halloween special on YouTube only, where your normal bad guy in the soap brings about the zombie apocalypse, bringing back loads of old Neighbours characters that had been killed off and what. They had a sense of humour, Neighbours did. I'm going to miss it, to be honest. Even though I haven't watched it in years, I'm going to miss it. And it's where I got my quote that I think is the most intelligent thing anybody's ever said. You can hear the whole of human history in the sound of a cello. Harold Bishop said that. That's why he plays the tuba, if he can find it. Right, shall we go? Oh yes, I'm going up to Ostable next Thursday, and the DWAS convention on Saturday. If you are going to DWAS Capital, don't hesitate to come up and say hello to me. I won't be in the convention itself. I'll be hanging around in the coffee foyer and whatever, or sitting outside with a coffee and a cigarette looking... I don't know. But please do feel free to come up and say hello. It'd be lovely to meet somebody. Anybody.
You should take a wicker chair with you.
And I do, believe it or not, I do have the white linen suit. And
there you go.
Is a Panama. Trouble is, I had the white linen suit years and years and years and years and years ago, and I've grown boobies since then. So it doesn't really fit. There are plus sides, there are downsides. Right. Shall we go? I need to find this. That's a good hour and a half show. I like that. I approve of that. It's tight. It's tight. Do you hear me?
Is that tight?
Tight like a tiger?
Yeah. Say goodnight, Thomas.
Good
Good night, Thomas.
Ta-ra.
To fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Other John Levines are available.
Goat!